going. What is up, guys? Let's pull up the chat. Let's see if we get people hopping in today. What's up? So today is a curious one. Um, so recently we played a D&D game, and I thought it'd be fun to start writing journal entries again for our character. We're actually reusing the same name and the same kind of character as before. With a couple of our other characters, like Varain, it's making a reappearance. How neat's that? How just neat is that? Dude, it's fucking. These things are the worst. It hurt my ears. All right, dude. Oh, cinnamon. The worst. It's just the worst. Oh. All right, dudes. I gotta pull up. Oh, my heart's like too bad. We'll see what's happened, dude. I mean, so we'll play some games today, I think, but I really want to get this writing done, which is going well, actually. We already got like, uh, we already have our outline. We definitely have our outline already. We know what we're doing, as far as we're going with it. This journal entry, I don't know. It's yeah, we can probably read it once we get a little farther. I think it'll be fun, but we might hop into Discord for shits and gigs. There's no one on the Discords. Yeah, I might just sit inside table seating. Not table seating, bar seating. Yeah, let's hang out in bar seating. Wait, let's go. Come on. Yeah. So. Okay, and then we're gonna pop this out. See, that's perfect. So now we can do this. Just in case, because one of our D&D group, if one of the D&D groups show up, I would like to be able to talk to them. Because I mean, this takes place in the Daggerheart. So it's Daggerheart, which is the Age of Umbra campaign. So it's fun stuff. Wax, what's up, dude? What's up there, Eric? How you doing? We're writing stuff today. I think we're gonna do a little righty. Check this out. Look at this shit. That's what I've gotten so far. I just started a little bit ago. Ooh, you had a new job interview? How'd that go? How'd that go? I mean, what is it? What's it for? Like, what kind of work? Referral coordinator. Ooh, so like, how do you describe that? I think I know exactly what you're talking about. So I do think I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember. 'Cause I think when I was moving furniture, we always dealt with people with coordinators like that. So you'd be in charge of refer. Yeah, that's what it was. I didn't remember that. That's something that's just like your other job, the medical job, dealing with the insurance. Sorry, it's all coming back. It's all coming back. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm in a hotel. Do it from floors. Oh, always floors. I fucking love this new mic though, Eric. I do. I've been playing it back and I kind of like this the way it's not giving us that robotic-y creakle at the end. I think I might have given up on Kick though. Dude, the last time we streamed, it sounds crisp. Fuck yeah, that's good. Last time we streamed, last like 3 times stream a Kick, it's just people showing up telling me to do gay things. It's just like, ugh, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. But yeah, I guess we're gonna be doing a D&D group every Sunday night. At fucking 10 though. So I figured I'd do a little creative writing. Because it's like I already know where I want to go. Yeah, hell yeah. So I already want to know. I know where I want to go with this character. I just looked up a bunch of shit about Daggerheart and the world that we're in, and like the appropriate lore that I need to use to make our character. You want to play some D&D? My ground sucks. Your group sucks. That's sick. That's sick. Yeah, I mean, shit. It's fun, dude. Join the. This guy used to start playing. So this is funny. This is like an old. I did an Icewind Dale campaign. Fucking, I feel like, I don't know, 4 years ago with this. DM. Pretty dope. I met a lot of cool friends from that actually, and did a bunch of other shit on the side like Vampire and Masquerade games and Traveler and Dragonlance, all types of shit. Basically, we're actually rehashing a character that we were using in Dragonlance. Kind of. I'm kind of. That's why I'm working. I need to write all the lore out of a background of our guy because it's like some things obviously just don't match up. But it's relatively close to the same. We'll keep it close to the same. It's a little less dark though. Fuck yeah. I don't think my one YouTube chat's just not going through. Look. All right, dude. Let's get to it. So where do we leave off? I'm gonna read this shit. I can read it. Journal entry 167. I had a strange dream during last night's slumber. Not strange in a peculiar supernatural way, but strange in the way the mind stirs up memories long forgotten, buried deep in the crevices of one's conscious. I will try to write this quickly because as vivid and jarring as it was, it already begins to fade back to whence it came. Clunk. I love that. I love a good clunk. My eyes pop open as a loud noise breaks the nap that I unintentionally took. Car rides always make me sleepy. I wipe the sleep from my eyes and take account of my surroundings. Immediately, my senses are overloaded by the smell of wood burning. I always love that smell. In the front of the carriage, 2 figures. By the way, in this world, in Daggerheart, it's about pyres. So, and this specifically in the Age of Umbra, it's like darkness, and in Umbra is like this dark force, and these things called pyre keepers. So the gods are gone. All the veiled gods are like destroyed. So now we're left with there's this sect of still faithful people to the veiled gods and shit called the pyre keepers. So and that's what we are, a Sephram or Seraphim or whatever. I think it's Sephram or Seraphim, and we're basically a paladin. We're basically a paladin. So we're gonna be a holy diver. You can feel that wood, you can feel that smell. So I like the idea because right now, obviously, I'm trying to. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to paint that we're a child. You know, I'm always falling asleep. This would be fun stuff. Always love that smell. In the front of the carriage, two figures sit upon a bench, one holding the reins and the other talking in hushed tones in his ear. We need to hurry. It's almost dark, Horace. A soft feminine voice pleads. Can't push the mare much harder. She needs rest, woman, not a kick in the ass. He grumbled with a smirk creeping on the corner of his lips. A playful slap finds its home on Horace's shoulder. He grins and gives a brief apology. I'm serious, Horace. People have been talking, and something's coming. Something big. I fear they're right. She said while glancing to the back of the cart, a worried look on her face. I closed my eyes and pretended to sleep. I could feel her inquisitive eyes searching for a sign of consciousness before resuming the conversation. Something's always happening, huh? She cut him off. No, Horace, this is different. They say... That's where we stopped. But yeah, we're getting there. That's fun stuff, huh? Fun stuff. So basically what we're leading into, here's the outline. Do you want to know the outline? Nice. The outline, right, is that this is where we get orphaned. This is the night that there's an attack and my parents get murdered. So that's where we're going with this. And also this is where we get orphaned and how we get and then the vigil, the pyre keepers take us in, and thus starting, you know, the this is a journal entry. I wrote journal entry 167, right? So it's like I feel like we could use these ways of making these journal entries as a way to like trickle in our background to people. You know what I mean? So I'll post it on the Discord of the D&D group, and I think it'll give a good way to. It's because it's not that fun to me. Like I like stuff like this where it's like I wish more people would just write this shit out like this, and then I can read about their characters, because it's so hard when people try to explain their characters like this. I'd much rather get like a short story to like really get it, you know? Yeah. Dude, I hit my head so hard yesterday. Oh my goodness, dude. I mean, I had a hat on, my big fluffy hat too. I fucking hit the corner of a machine with the hat on, with all my hair right there, and it fucking still broke the skin and bust me, dude. Bust me. I started bleeding. I put my hand in there, my hand's all covered in blood. I was like, oh my goodness, dude. All right, something's already happened. She cut him off. No, Horace. This is different. They say. Okay, you know what they do say? I know. Damn right. I do know what they say. They say, so the appropriate faction. I'm calling OSHA. I know I should have had a bump cap on. You're right. I should have reported it. All right. What's the name of these? The Damask Kings. The Damask Queens. They're hedonistic, cruel raiders from the Cinnabar Quarter. Get that work, huh? Shit. So, okay, so the mother is implying that she knows that something's gonna happen. Like, you know, there's like rumors that the queen's gonna do something or something. You know, someone's gonna try to take out the vigil, the place that these people live in, that is protected by. The vigil basically protects this encampment that lives underneath the bridge. Oh, it's so hard because we're kind of building a big hole here, because like why would our mom know hidden secrets? Curious, right? Or, like, does she just know because we know? But ooh, we could half explain it and then kick off the ambush. We could half explain it, but then just kick off the ambush to cover it. It's perfect. It's a perfect plan, really. When in doubt. It's like George Lucas, you know? Okay.
Danger.
They say something is always happening. Come up, no horse. This is it. See the visual. And then we live at Amber Gate, so they say the vigil is losing its grip. Eyes for like. We should do a little writing window over here in the corner. You know? We should do a little writing window. Just so you can see what we're doing. I don't know if it's like 11. Oh, probably can't even see that. Can you see it? Let's see if I can see it. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay. Alright. Trying to think because they trying to see how go into this. Let's see. So something's always happening. I mean, you should cut them off. No horses. Different. They say the vigil is losing its grip on Amber Gate. If
I was a fucking legend, Jinani. A fucking legend.
here. So. They say the vigil is losing its grip on Amber Gate. If the fires are put out, she lets her voice trail off as she noticed the young boy staring at her. I'll look up. Mm. Mhm. That's kind of funny, right? I closed my eyes the second time, like well, like a little kid, you catch him trying to fake sleep, and like he's like eavesdropping. He's like in the back of the car, he's like eavesdropping, and then his mom, she's talking to his dad about this fucked up shit. She goes and she sees him. He's like, clearly he was listening, and he just sleep. It's kind of fun. And
メイホン、君を受け入れることができるのは私だけだ。私も君と同じなのだよ。体のあらゆるところ、指紋、角膜まで変えた。メイホン。
I got a good idea. Sorry, I'm in thought. Fun stuff.
メイホン。メイホン。君を
I like that we're bringing the banners to all the hotels. I've just been trying to find cool ways to hang up the banners.
体のあらゆる指紋、角膜まで変えた。そして私はレオンダウとして生まれ変わった。
Yeah.
チェンホーがいくら探しても見つかるわけがない。だが、疲れていた。
Brain, she called him.
メイホン。
I hint of aggravation. Aggravation. Okay. Dude, fucking writing is so much fun, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Writing is fun. I think normally you wouldn't think. I know it's funny to say, but it's like sometimes I used to think writing was not fun, but when I'm getting older, it's kind of fucking neat. It's kind of fucking neat. Okay. So something's always happening, honey. She cut him off. No, Horace, this is different. They say the Vigil is losing its grip on Evergate. If their fires are put out. She lets her voice trail off as she noticed a young boy staring at her, eyes wide, intently listening. Eyes wide, intently listening to every word. I closed my eyes a second time. Varane, she called out. I remained perfectly frozen, still attempting to keep up the illusion. I know you're awake, boy. I saw your eyes, a hint of aggravation in her soft voice. Um, I'm curious now. I like where we're at, but it's like, where do we go? Where do we go? Something is always happening. I think I should go along Horace. Going. My eyes. I quickly reply, I'm sorry, Mama. My eyes are fixed sheepishly on the cart's dirty floor. I woke up from the bumps and just heard you talking. Are we the one thing every kid always asks? Almost home? You'll be playing EFT? Oh, fuck. Escape from Tarkov? Hell yeah. That's what's up. That is what's up. I've only been playing WoW. Lots of WoW. And D&D. D&D, well, I kind of wanted to play D&D just so we had an excuse to do what we're doing right now. It's like, I kind of need to start writing stuff, I think. I need to start flexing that part of my brain muscle. You know? Sometimes I feel like I'm losing it, you know? That's what my teachers always used to say. It's like, you gotta flex that. It's like any muscle. You gotta use it. You gotta use your brain muscles. Your brain muscles. Yo, what's up? Flo Assassin. Flo Assassin. How you doing, dude? It's home. Oh, so good. That's good to hear. We're just writing stories for our D&D character. We're writing a journal for our D&D character. Greetings from Austria. Hello, Austria. What time is it there? Only a few hours left. Oh, 38 a.m. Ooh, it's a late night. We're doing a little late night, late night story here. That's what we're doing. Look at this. So, yeah, this is moving along nicely. Boy. Let's see. Only a few hours left. See, there's the archway. Her hand pointed off to the left of the road, and there it was in all its broken glory. Yeah, now we need to look. There's our history. See, we looked up what this gateway in this area at. We had to look up in Daggerheart to see what kind of locations that we could use in building our little backstory here. And the one that we had chose was the Amber Gate, the Southern Amber Gate. Right? Is that the one? It's in the ruins of Amber Reach. The Summer Gateway. Yep. The gateway of Amber Reach. Nice. Okay. Brilliant. Now this gate is broken. It's a broken gateway. It's covered as described. It is it's an ancient stone arch carved with faded icons of the veiled gods. Now a dangerous choke point for refugees, trade caravans, and vigil patrols. Damn. I kind of wish I would have read that more proper in the beginning. Because we could have used that. I mean, there's the gateway. We know where we're going with this. I mean, the attack should happen at the gateway, right? I know it seems like we already kind of have an outline of what we're doing here for our character. Essentially, we are a paladin. We were orphaned as a kid. This is the orphaning. Here's the orphaning. We're a war-torn human. So we're a human that grew up in war. So You know, nothing like some poor family smash time. So, the most southern gate of Amber Reach. Ooh, I have an idea how to do this too. I do have an idea. Trying to think. Sorry, writings. I feel like writing's just a bunch of beard rubbing. Wow. And every couple sentences I get to sit here and pontificate and rub my beard a little longer as I think of things. That's fun, huh? Dun, 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 dun. You guys want to hear what we got so far? Alright. Journal entry 167. I had a strange dream during last night's slumber. Not strange in a peculiar or supernatural way, but strange in the way the mind stirs up memories long forgotten, buried deep in the crevices of one's conscious. I will try to write this quickly because, as vivid and jarring as it was, it already begins. I need to change that. Begins to fade back to whence it came. Bunk. My eyes pop open as a loud noise breaks the nap that I unintentionally took. Cart rides always make me sleepy. I wipe the sleep from my eyes and take account of my surroundings. Immediately, the senses are overloaded by the smell of wood burning. I always love that smell. In the front of the carriage, two figures sit upon the bench, one holding the reins and the other talking in hushed tones in his ear. We need to hurry. It's almost dark, Horace. A soft feminine voice pleads. Can't push the mare much harder. She needs rest, woman, not a kick in the ass. Right, nice. He grumbled with a smirk creeping on the corner of his lips. A playful slap finds its home on Horace's shoulder. He grins and gives a brief apology. I'm serious, Horace. People have been talking, and there's something coming. See, this is where I think we should change some stuff. I will say this going right here. This is where we should change it, because we know that the archway is like already known as a choke point. So I think I should change this conversation to do with the archway. We need to build up the archway a little bit, I think. But anyway, continuing. They say something's coming, something big. I fear they're right, she said while glancing to the back of the cart, a worried look on her face. I closed my eyes and pretended to sleep. I could feel her inquisitive eyes searching for a sign of consciousness before resuming the conversation. Something's always happening, honey. She cut him off. No, Horace, this is different. They say the vigil is losing its grip on Amber Gate. If the fires are put out. She lets her voice trail off as she noticed that this actually is legit. This should stay. That's good. This is good, because that's where they're going. She lets her voice trail off as she noticed the young boy staring at her, eyes wide, intently listening to every word. I closed my eyes a second time. Thorane, she called out. I remained perfectly frozen still. I remained perfectly frozen. Still, attempting to keep up the illusion. I know you're awake, boy. I saw your eyes. A hint of aggravation in her soft voice. Knowing not to push it, I sit up and smirk ashamedly. What did I tell you about eavesdropping on grown-up business? She asked authoritatively. I quickly reply, I'm sorry, Mama. My eyes affixed sheepishly on the cart's dirty floor. I woke up from the bumps and just heard you talking. Are we almost home? I blurted out. I blurted out in hopes of changing the conversation. Yes, dear. Only a few hours left. See, there's the archway. Her hand pointed off to the left of the road, and there it was in all its broken glory. The Amber Gate. The Amber Gate. The most southern gate of Amber Reach. And so this is where we have to like build it up, I think. We have to build up the threat, the danger, right? This has to be where our parents are brutally murdered. It's got to be at the gate. It's just too perfect. They got to get ambushed at the gate by the Damascus Keens or whatever. But I feel like we don't, in the story itself, it's like there's no like true like fear of the gate. Like this right now we just know it's a gate. We just know it's a big gate that it's on the southern side of apparently Amber Reach. But I think that if we use this conversation up here, if we change this, I'm serious, Horace. People have been talking and something's coming. Like this doesn't make so who I actually hate this because it's like it's real lazy writing, right? Because that's just me saying like people have been talking. Who's people? Why does the mom know stuff? Like how do we? Because we need to hurry. It's almost dark. Horace can't push the mare much harder. So this is where we need to inject. We need to inject. This is where the fear of the gate being a choke point comes into. Right? Yeah. That's what I think. Because as it stands, it's like it just leaves more open-ended question. It's just like some Mary Sue shit. You know? Wow. So, I'm serious, Horace. Get rid of this line here. I'm serious, Horace. I like that. All right. Let's delete it. It's serious, Horace. It's serious, Horace. Serious, Horace. So, I'm serious, Horace. We need to pass the gateway before sundown. Sundown. See, it's like, how did she know? Like, if I say that she has some kind of information, we don't even get to like explain where she gets information from. Like, who is my mother? But so it's like I don't like that. Serious, Horace. Alright, this song's driving me crazy. Whatever this one is, I don't like it. This one's called Frieza. Let's try Frieza.
Let's put some gravy on it.
So he grins and gives a brief apology. I'm serious, Horace. We need to get past the gateway before sundown. Oh man. All right, so this is where, all right, this is like, all right, let's just take a step back and look what we're doing in the story. So this is the moment we're like injecting the danger of the land, right? So this is like the danger of the land time, basically, right? We're like Horace, our dad, presumably. It's like, dude, we gotta go. You know, we gotta go. The fucking thing. If we don't get past the fucking thing, we're gonna get killed. There's all these bad people. Okay. Do you think she should know the faction's name? You know what I mean? Should she know who, like, you know, the threat? Or, like, because why would she know? I think that we're in a cart. We don't know too much about who they are, but they're definitely not royalty right now. You know what I mean? So they're you know, I got kids sleeping in the back of a fucking dirty cart at that. So I feel like we're definitely not royalty. That's clear. I'm just trying to find like the message that we're like sending within like, you know, the narrative we're trying to give here. Also, Horace is such a cool name. So here's the danger. I'm serious, Horace. We need to be past the gateway before sundown. You know what happened? Ooh, I got it. Ooh, I got it. Ooh, what's a good last name, guys? For a Daggerheart last name. Vanderbilt. There you go, right? There's our mystery. So we don't like she doesn't say the name of the place. It's not as clunky as that, at least. Right? Doesn't say like the name of the gang or nothing, but implies that like they know somebody, that something happened and it happened at the gate, right? It's kind of fun. Yeah, it is kind of fun. Can we make this bigger? Does this need to be bigger, guys? How are we doing this? Put this on here. You go up here. There you go. Yeah. I actually like that now. Palmer's like, serious, Horace. We need to be past the gateway before sundown. You know what happened to the Vanderbilts, she said while glancing to the back of the cart, a worried look on her face. I closed my eyes and pretended to sleep. I could feel her inquisitive eyes searching for a sign of consciousness before resuming the conversation. I like this. So she cuts him off as he goes, the vigil assured us, honey. Like he's about to tell her, like, don't like, dude, they told she, you know, she fucking told us, dude. She told us. the vigil told us that they're gonna help us, and she's like, no, didn't do shit. They say the vigil's losing its grip on Amber Gate. If their fires are put out, she'll let her voice trail off as you notice the young boy staring at her eyes wide. Moraine, she called out. What did I say about eavesdropping?
Now you put
Yes,
water
yeah.
into a cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in the teapot,
Wallace.
it becomes the teapot. Water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend.
Pause right there, just real quick. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Yeah, it's full screen this bad boy. No, that's fine. It's fine. It's good. All right. All right. Back at it. All right. Let's say a great word of my mother. For long. Long. I've been long for long, dude. I've been for long. Too long. Not for long. We were. Yeah. Road. Road. Once paved. Road once paved now. No. Damn it. No, I spelled that wrong. I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm such a fucking contemporary. No, that's before long. Not long before. Wasn't long. Long on the gate. It's large. Not before long. It wasn't long before we were closing down the gate. It's an archway. Broken archways. It's broken archways. Another song. Song. Words are hard. It wasn't long before.
自爆転生
We're going forward, closing down the gate. Excuse me. God. It's a huge broken archway, right? So it's a huge broken arch. I'm gonna just talk this out. It's a huge broken archway, right? So it's like, all right, they're on this cart. We're in a place. It's these giant archways. We're on a road. The road's messed up too, right? So the road was probably like once, like this is leading into a major city that was once grand, right? The huge craft. Think like Roman Pantheon style, right? Where it looks really cool. And these huge archways. They're in the distance. This is our danger. And these archways are covered in the veiled gods. They're like basically like the dead gods of Daggerheart. In the tale of Umber. Right. So as we're coming up, so it's like I'm trying to picture it in my mind. So it's like these giant pillars, there's like broken archway, and it's like pieces, and on the ground there's probably pieces of the archway, right? on the ground, there's probably pieces out of the archway, so that's how we could eventually see our young Varane can see some of the drawings and stuff on the archway. And then we'll see where this goes, right? Imposing gate. It's imposing arches. Standing. What it looked like. What it looked like. Oh, so. What did it look like before it's found? It wasn't long before we were closing in on the gates. Its imposing arches, half standing, half laying around its base. I wonder what it looked like before it fell. Look over the side of the carriage. Look over the side of the carriage. Oh, you know what? The Discord. Let's go to the Discord real quick. Where is it? There it is. Found it. The remains of the once towering arches. Morris Moose. The remains of once towering arches. Look over the side of the carriage. It wasn't long before we were closing in on the gate. Remains of the once. I wonder what it looked like before it fell. Look over the side of the carriage. Large. So. What was tying arches? On its weathered stone. See carvings. Carving is that? Despite years. Despite years, on its weathered stone, I see carvings that, despite years of degradation, still, despite years of, on its weathered stone, I see carvings that, despite years of degradation, the craftsmanship still like remains, right? On its weathered stone, I see carvings that, despite years of degradation, I want to say, like, even though it's how do I say this? Like, even though that, like, clearly it's there, it's been in the ground, it's rotting, but you can still see how the skill, the craftsmanship it took to do it. If that makes any sense. On its weatherstone, I see carvings that, despite years of degradation, oh, I see carvings. Despite years, that's there. It wasn't long before we were closing in on the gate. Its imposing arches, half standing, half lying around its base. I wondered what it looked like before it fell. I bet it. I almost think, because remember, we're a child here, so it's like we have a child, right? A child probably don't ever say degradation, though. Right? I wondered what it looked like before it fell. I look over the side of the carriage at the large chunk of the once towering arches. On its weathered stone, I see carvings that, despite years of degradation, see carvings. See carvings. 'Cause it's like, all right, what I'm trying to convey is like, because there's like, so the carvings that are on the stone are of the veiled gods, right? And in this place, in the time of Umbra, or whatever, this campaign, in this timeline, the gods are like dead. They're like gone. And this archway kind of represents that in a lot of ways, right? And these are these veiled gods. And and also what's another thing that we should take note is that this is our danger point, this is our choke point, but this is also where we know that the vigil is here as well, and the vigils are the pyre keepers, so they're ones that are like charged with protecting from bandits, from the void, from all types of bad shit. So they're the ones that are here to protect stuff, protect the people like us. So that's there, right? So it's like we have to weave all this in at once, and we're just clip clopping along. We're a little kid in the back of this thing. We could use the parents to help describe some of the things that are happening. We could use our own eyewitness here. We could also maybe even have like a stop point. That I think that's our best bet. Is to have like it's like a checkpoint, maybe, right? Where we can talk to one of the vigil soldiers. There's a couple of different ways we can go about this. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to convey what I'm trying to convey here. Right? Isn't creative writing fun, guys? It is. It's so fun to try to figure this stuff out. You know? Yeah. Okay, on this restaurant I see carvings. See carvings that this way. Yes. Maybe some of the carvings eroded, but he can make out some key sign. I like that. You know what? You know, that's a fucking genius idea. And we can even almost, I bet you we could find an image of it. We can even tag an image to it, right? Like fucking put the image right here or something. That'd be fun, huh? We might not need that, but let's look it up. Cause all right, so where's my little? I have a little outline thing that I was working on this morning. So faded icons of the veiled god. Now a dangerous stroke for refugees. Okay. Ba ba ba. I want to know what the veiled gods look like. So I'm looking up veiled gods. Hmm. The robed or armored figures with veils and masks. There's Aratsu, the Dawning Sorrow. A colossal central statue in ruined temples. That's not really good for us. Sirius, dark but benign god of hope, protector of family and earth. This one's good. Depicted in protective motives on her side altars, tunics, or fortified walls. A shadowy, enveloping figure with a stone veil that seems to swallow the surrounding darkness, arms wide as if bracing or shielding a household scene below. Okay, so this is good. This is good, right? I like that. So arms wide as if in shielding or shielding. So it's like the carving is a shadowy enveloping figure with a full stone veil that seems to swallow the surrounding darkness, arms wide as if embracing or shielding. You know what's so great about this too? Because we know what's about to happen, right? Like, because we know, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, Morris, but we have a bit of a spoiler, obviously. We talked about the outline in the beginning of this. And basically, we have a paladin. We're in Daggerheart. We have a paladin or a seraph, who is an orphan. This is the orphaning. So it's actually, if we use this will be perfect to see Tiras, the protector of family and hearth, right before we are orphaned. I think that's actually a little interesting. That's kind of cool. But and our character wouldn't know it's this, so it's fun. I'll try to describe. On its weatherstone, I see carvings. See all manner carvings. This is fun, dude. We're gonna be doing this a lot, man. I would like to start trying to write scary stories too. I actually have half of probably 2,000 words on a really weird scary story I had, but I just stopped. But I still have it saved, dude. I really think we should get back into it. It'd be fun to write little creepypastas and shit. I like that little foreshadowing. Is there a crest or a signet that could represent that particular god? Let's look. Yes, there is. A stylized flame or intertwined family figures at the base, often quilted in armor. Yeah. So symbols include stylized flames or intertwined family figures at the base. So stylized flames. So, oh, we could draw that later on too. That'd be fun. Draw the pendant that we see, the marking. On the weatherstone, I see all manner of carvings. Most two damage. Let's do damage. Let's do damage. I'm trying to think of the word. Most 2 damage, or I'm trying to think of the way to say it. So it's even though you can see it, it's you can see it's not damage. You can see the piece of the puzzle, but it is not enough to go on to see the other things. So it's on its weatherstone, I see all manner of carvings. Most 2 damage, or lacking lacking. It's context I want to say, but it doesn't make. We'll just put that's a placeholder. We'll work on that in a second. Most do damage or lacking context to. Once weathered stone, I see all manner of carvings. Most do damage or lack context to understand. What? I did. I did. See, you know, I kind of want to look it up. Hang on, let's. I want to give this a little Google real quick. Let's look up. So, what's the name of this? It's Tiras. Tiras. Where you at, Tiras? Tiras. Symbol of Tiras, dagger heart. Symbol of Tiras, dagger heart. Age of Umbra. There's a bunch of Critical Role that shows up. What the fuck? That's Critical Role taking over everything. Damn, we're gonna have to draw it ourselves, dude. I can't find a drawing of it. That's crazy, bro. We're gonna end up drawing this ourselves eventually. Whatever. Continue. But I did see. Let's see. A full. Unbroken. Oh, we're gonna have his mom talk about it. That's yeah. We're gonna see the symbol of the fire with the family thing, and then we're gonna ask mom about it. And then mom is gonna tell us about Tiras and what he does. Or what he represents. Bah, bah, bah. There we go. We call that appropriately giving context. That actually works out. So sick. On its weathered stone, I see all manner of carvings. Most do damage are like context to understand. There was one carving though. One carving though. So I have to read this again. So the symbols include stylized flames or intertwined family figures at the base, often quilted or armored in relic armor finds. The veil is thick and impenetrable, carved to look like almost liquid. No. No. Family. Wow. It's flames. 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 This is funny because he doesn't know. So the flames probably look like it's killing the family. So this will lead us into the question to the mom, like, why is that showing that like it's killing? Why are they burning that family alive? And she's like, no, no, honey. And she'll explain Tyrus and what he is. That's pretty good, dude. This might be our deity, by the way. This might be Tyrus, might be the deity that we finally choose to channel our strength through. I love this. See, guys, that's fun. Now, all right, it looked like a family embracing one another with flames coming from underneath their feet. Almost like. What's this? Same one. Comforted. Oh. That's what takes my eyes. Oh. It's not bad. Oh, no. Oh, no, dear. Check. Oh, from that. From that. All right. Once. Warm embrace of. Oh, more excited because there's a damn delay. I don't know where you're at. Why did it show a small laugh? Tech, you know. There was one carving that drew my attention. It looked like a family embracing one another. with with flames coming from underneath. Their feet almost like it's about to burn. Yeah, hang on, maybe you're right there. There was one carving that drew my attention though. It looked like a family embracing one another with flames coming from underneath their feet, almost like it's about to burn them alive. Yet their faces seem warm and comforted. Mama, why does it show that family burning? I asked, so I take my eyes off the carving. A small left her mouth before she could stop it. Oh no, dear. The fire's protecting them from that. Her finger points to the top of the carving. Honestly, no. Finger points to the top of the carving that, in my case, I ignored. Where? Here. Yes. Appears. Oh. Shut up. Figures. Points her finger. I was thinking the fire was the warm embrace of the god. It is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fire is the warm. I kind of like that actually. I like that. Oh no, yeah. Yes. Tools. Yes. All right. Okay. Oh no, dear. The fire is the warm embrace of tears. Ease. I got this. Yep. Ease. He's protecting him. He's protecting him. My finger points to the top. All right. Wow. Where my curiosity I have. Her finger points to the top of the carving where, in my curiosity, I where my curiosity. Finger points to the carving where. Three. Okay. Jeez. Yes. Remember, because gods are dead. It was. Here's his flames bring hope to the enduring Roy. He is, well, he was the protector of Hearth and family. Her eyes sadden. Putting them back. No. Now. Dude, look what we got so far. Look at this, guys. We're fucking cooking. Let's do a little light read, huh? What do you guys think? A little light read, see what we got here. Journal entry 167. I had a strange dream during last night's slumber. Not strange in a peculiar or supernatural way, but strange in the way the mind stirs up memories long forgotten, buried deep in the crevices of one's conscience. I will try to write this quickly because, as vivid and jarring as it was, it already begins to fade back to whence it came. Plunk. My eyes pop open as a loud noise breaks the nap My eyes pop open as a loud noise breaks the nap that I unintentionally took. Cart rides always make me sleepy. I wipe the sleep from my eyes and take account of my surroundings. Immediately, my senses are overloaded by the smell of wood burning. I always love that smell. In the front of the carriage, two figures sit upon the bench, one holding the reins and the other talking hushed tones in his ear. We need to hurry. It's almost dark, Horace. A soft, feminine voice pleads. Can't push the mare much harder. She needs rest, woman, not a kick in the ass. He grumbled, with a smirk creeping on the corner of his lips. A playful slap finds its home on Horace's shoulder. He grins and gives a brief apology. I'm serious, Horace. We need to be past the gateway before sundown. You know what happened to the Vanderbilts? She said while glancing to the back of the cart, a worried look on her face. I closed my eyes and pretended to sleep. I could feel her inquisitive eyes searching for a sign of consciousness before resuming the conversation. The visual assured us, honey. She cut him off. No, Horace. This is different. They say the vigil is losing its grip on Ambergate. If their fires are put out, She let her voice trail off as she noticed the young boy staring at her, eyes wide, intently listening to every word. I closed my eyes a second time. "Thorane," she called out. I remained perfectly frozen, still attempting to keep up the illusion. "I know you're awake, boy. I saw your eyes." A hint of aggravation in her soft voice. Knowing not to push it, I sit up and smirk ashamedly. "What did I tell you about eavesdropping on grown-up business?" she asked authoritatively. I quickly reply, "I'm sorry, Mama." My eyes are fixed sheepishly on the cart's dirty floor. "I woke up from the bumps and just heard you talking. Are we almost home?" I blurted out in hopes of changing the conversation. "Yes, dear. Only a few hours left. See? There's the archway." Her hand pointed off to the left of the road, and there it was in all its broken glory, the Amber Gate, the most southern gate of Amber Reach, and apparently the source of great worry to my mother. It wasn't long before we were closing in on the gate, its imposing arches half standing, half lying around its base. I wondered what it looked like before it fell. I look over to the side of the carriage at a large chunk of the once towering arches. On its weathered stone, I see all manner of carvings, most too damaged or lacking context to understand. There was one carving that drew my attention, though. It looked like a family embracing one another, with flames coming from underneath their feet, almost like it's about to burn them alive, yet their faces seem warm and comforted. "Mama, why does this show that family burning?" I asked without taking my eyes off the carving. A small laugh left her mouth before she could stop it. "Oh no, dear, the fire is a warm embrace of Tyrus. He's protecting them from that." Her finger points to the top of the carving, where three shadowed figures are gathered around the family. "Tyrus flames bring hope to the enduring, Thran. He is, well, he was, the protector of hearth and family." Her eyes sadden as she looks away, putting them back towards the road. "Now he's just a broken drawing stuck in the mud," she said curtly. Did I anger Mother? It's pretty good. Yeah, I like it too. Fuck yeah. Ooh, this is the slow drip, right? Oh, see, it's like, because now I want to just keep continuing. All right, so do we? This is the question now, because this is the first week that we played our game of the D&D. So we're gonna be posting this to the Discord that we're in the D&D group. Because Varaine being orphaned, do we just finish the story now, or do we do another journal entry later on, or a continuation of it? Did I anger or this is where we wake up from the dream? You know? I don't know. I mean, we could take this all the way to the orphaning, because there's still so much that we have to do too. Like there, because we're going right now where it's taking place in the story. We're like 40 years old, 44 years old. We got some gray in our beard, so this is starting off at 6 o'clock. So there's going to be plenty of journal entries. It's like, do we just jump right to it? But this is probably the most pivotal point in Varaine's beginning. So it's like, I almost don't want to rush it right away. Where it's like, did I anger Mother is actually a really good way to stop, right? And then we go back to him waking up, and then we could do this where we go back from that point from the did I anger Mother to that's the end of the dream. So curious.
Ninja.
How fun is that? All right, you know what? I'm gonna pontificate about that. I'm gonna go smoke real quick. I'll be right back. So much fun, having so fun. I'll have my phone. I'll be looking at chat. You guys, I'll just talk through chat if you need me to. Give me like 10 minutes. Really fun stuff. Did I anger mother? That's a good one. Oh. Okay, so I thought about it. We're gonna continue. Sleep. The only sound from then to the vigil checkpoint came. Oh, God. Just- yes. The only sound from then to the vigil checkpoint came from the mare's hooves, followed by the carriage's wooden wheels clumsily bouncing along the broken pathway. Oops. I don't know what I did there. That was cool though. I don't know what happened there. The only sound came from then to the vigil. I don't know what I did there. That's weird, huh? The only sound from then to the vigil checkpoint came from the mare's hooves, followed by the carriage's wooden wheels clumsily bouncing along the broken pathway. Man. Sphere. Sphere. Why is it doing this? I don't understand. What did I do here? Why is this happening? I did something. Oh, okay. Cool. And slow. He approached a man holding a large spoon in one hand, with his other outstretched. Holding us. Holding on. Oh, shit. Lost, man. That's smart. Walk to the horse's side. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Take your business. Boy there. State your business. A thick accent. And come and tell. What's up, babe? What are you doing? Nice. I'm writing a story. Yeah, I'm on stream. I don't care. I'm just writing a story. We're just kind of hanging out. I was doing what?
Tweet. This one's like apparently that I didn't notice until after I opened it.
Yeah.
It looks cool. Which is laughing.
Huh.
And I guess they got a new product because I went to the one that's like right around the corner from us, like by the nail plates. And it's like a little itty bitty tiny jar of pure caffeine. And I'm like, I like that idea, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure my heart would jump out of my chest just to strangle me if I attempted that. There's just 3,000 milligrams of caffeine, and I'm like, so basically take a tiny, like, drop of it, and you're like set for the day. That's also a very scary thought for me. I go back to Cleveland for my one appointment, I have to like go to this like weird place off of St. Clair because nowhere else, like the main campus, didn't have an appointment opening until
Yeah.
25th.
Yeah.
Anywhere open on that day? Yeah, there's one. All right, give me it. Well, I'll put you on my phone and I'm gonna pull up my laptop. I'm gonna start
Okay.
for your creatures here in a minute.
Can't go on YouTube or Twitch. I'm on YouTube right now.
You're not on Twitch?
I'm on both. Okay. All right, I love you. Bye, baby.
霧隠れ忍び刀七人衆の一人星垣久部以後お見知り
Must be dreaming. Wu-Tang. Must be dreaming.
I like this. Apples. I actually like what we're doing here. So we'll start out from the Did I Anger Mother. The only sound from then to the vigil checkpoint came from the mare's hooves, followed by the carriage's wooden wheels clumsily bouncing along the broken pathway. The cart began to slow as we approached a man holding a large spear in one hand and with his other outstretched, halting us. And his other, with one hand, large spear in one hand, and his other, with his other, yeah, because he's like, he has one spear and he goes, and with his other outstretched, halting us. He was a large man adorning a dirty leather smock and a chainmail coif upon his head. He walked to Horace's side of the cart and said, "Ahoy there, state your business," a monotone question that he seemed tired of asking. Just heading home. Just heading home. Need supplies, Horace said. Whilst gesturing to the back where I sat next to 3 large burlap sacks. Even got some apples. A smile crossed Horace's face as the guard's expression switched from cordial to curiosity to downright envy. Apples, the guard said, followed by an audible gulp. Haven't seen those in ages. That's fun because in the time of Umbra, it's like, it's, you know, these are like super poor people. Like, they don't have anything. They're very starved out. It's like on the brink, you know? So, like, imagine, like, you know, you got an apple. To a bunch of people, like, hey, he hasn't seen this guy. I'm trying to get it across, like, they don't have things, like regular things. Wait for it, guys. This is where it's about to happen, by the way. This is where it's about to go down. This is where the orphaning is about to begin. We've been waiting this moment for a while now. For a few hours, we've been writing this. It is now almost time. Now it is almost time. Boris grunted. Be a lad, fetch the good guard an apple, eh? The good guard an apple. An apple. Not and apple. An apple, eh? The guard's eyes lit up.
Ninja.
Sorry. Just Proud of my findings. I presented. I presented. I presented. Presented. To the college.
Ninja. Ninja.
Why would it be moment is notice? I don't know. I think that's wrong. I think it's correcting the wrong stuff there. Oh, four. Oh, four. She's smiling. Guys like that? Right? That's pretty good. Oh, by the gods, I haven't tasted anything so sweet since I was a lad myself, the guard said in between each bite. His face was plastered with delight. We gotta change that, it rhymes. All four of us were smiling when the arrow pierced the guard's neck as he brought the apple to his mouth for another bite. Okay, now we're being attacked. So this is the orphaning. We're here, guys. We've made it to the orphaning. So we were being attacked by, what is the name of these people again? We had it written down, hang on. Alright, I just gotta find it. Oh, it's right here. The Damask Queens. The Damask Queens are a loose alliance of violent, hedonistic warlords who seize control of Amber Reach's opulent Cinnabar Quarter after the apostasy, turning the former noble district into a chaotic den of plunder and revelry. Prominent queens include Yuri the Emerald Queen and Farah of the Ruby Crown. Their forces are roving gangs of marauders, cackling cutthroats, clad in scavenged finery stained with blood, wielding long knives, blades, and bows. They operate in ambush packs. Damask ambushers, sneaky thieves who cloak and backstab. Howling hordes. Damask marauder bands, chaos-loving killers who surrounded foes and mock their pain to erode hope. And arrow volleys, Damask archer squads, disciplined ranged targets providing suppressing fire and focused barrage. Snapped at the reins. They howled like beasts as they overwhelmed the checkpoint. Horse snapped at the reins. Nice. They howled like beasts as they overwhelmed the checkpoint. Horse snapped at the reins. Trying. That's funny. Also around.
しもし。もしもーし。私は薬学に精通しているのですよ。服が溶けただけで体はほとんど無傷ですね。虫の呼吸、蝶の舞、戯れ。あらあら、さようなら。
Miss you too, baby. Possible.
te lo he dicho muchas veces, al mundo no le importamos ni tú ni yo. Aquí no podemos darnos el lujo de ser mediocres. Debes trabajar 10 veces más para lograr algo.
Не важно, как жил Синоби. Важно, как он умер. Жизнь Синоби измеряется не тем, как он жил, а тем, что он успел сделать перед смертью.
All right, dudes. Sorry, I've been kind of locked in here. Oh god, we're about to be putting a bow on this thing. All right, guys, that's it. We done it. That's the story. About to do a full read here. Okay. So let's start, huh? Let's do a full little read before we do our thing. What's up, Eric? Journal entry 167. I had a strange dream during last night's slumber. Not strange in a peculiar or supernatural way, but strange in the way the mind stirs up memories long forgotten, buried deep in the crevices of one's conscious. I will try to write this quickly because, as vivid and jarring as it was, it already begins to fade back whence it came. Zonk. My eyes pop open as a loud noise breaks the nap that I unintentionally took. Car rides always make me sleepy. I wipe the sleep from my eyes and take account of my surroundings. Immediately, my senses are overloaded by the smell of wood burning. I always love that smell. In the front of the carriage, two figures sit upon the bench, one holding the reins and the other talking hushed tones in his ear. We need to hurry. It's almost dark, Horace, a soft feminine voice pleads. Can't push the mare much harder. She needs rest, woman, not a kick in the ass, he grumbled with a smirk creeping on the corner of his lips. A playful slap finds its home on Horace's shoulder. He grins and gives a brief apology. I'm serious, Horace. We need to get past the gateway before sundown. You know what happened to the Vanderbilts, she said while glancing to the back of the cart. Why would we do that? A worried look on her face. I closed my eyes and pretended to sleep. I could feel her inquisitive eyes searching for a sign of consciousness before resuming the conversation. The vigil assured us. She cut him off. No, Horace, this is different. They say the vigil is losing its grip on Amber Gate. If the fires are put out. She let her voice trail off as she noticed a young boy staring at her, eyes wide, intently listening to every word. I closed my eyes a second time. Lorraine, she called out. I remained perfectly frozen, still attempting to keep up the illusion. I know you're awake, boy. I saw your eyes. A hint of aggravation in her soft voice. Knowing not to push it, I sit up and smirk ashamedly. What did I tell you about eavesdropping on grown-up business? She asked authoritatively. I quickly reply. I'm sorry, Mama. My eyes have fixed sheepishly on the cart's dirty floor. I woke up from the bumps and just heard you talking. Are we almost home? I blurted out in hopes of changing the conversation. Yes, dear. Only a few hours left. See, there's the archway. Her hand pointed off to the left of the road, and there it was in all its broken glory, the Amber Gate, the most southern gate of Amber Reach, and apparently the source of great worry to my mother. It wasn't long before we were closing in on the gate, its imposing arches half standing, half lying around its base. I wondered what it looked like before it fell. I look over the side of the carriage at the large chunk of the once towering arches. On its weathered stone, I see all manner of carvings, most too damaged or lacking context to understand. There was one carving that drew my attention, though. It looked like a family embracing one another with flames coming from underneath their feet, almost like it's about to burn them alive, yet their faces seem warm and comforted. Mama, why does it show that family burning? I asked without taking my eyes off the carving. A small laugh left her mouth before she could stop it. Oh, Neo dear, the fire is the warm embrace of Tyrus. He's protecting them from that. Her fingers point to the top of the carving where three shadowed figures are gathering around the family. Tyrus flames bring hope to the enduring, Baran. He was He was the protector of hearth and family. Her eyes sadden as she looks away, putting them back towards the road. Now he's just a broken drawing stuck in the mud, she said curtly. Did I anger Mother? The only sound from then to the vigil checkpoint came from the mare's hooves, followed by the carriage's wooden wheels clumsily bouncing along the broken pathway. The cart began to slow as we approached a man holding a large spear in one hand with his other. with his other outstretched, halting us. He was a large man, adorning a dirty leather smock and chainmail coif upon his head. He walked to Horace's side of the cart and said, "Ahoy there, state your business." A monotone question that he seemed tired of asking. "Just heading home. Needed supplies," Horace said while gesturing to the back where I sat next to 3 large burlap sacks. "Even got some apples." A smile across Horace's face. A smile crossed across. That doesn't make any sense. A smile across Horace's face as the guard's expression switched from cordial to curiosity to downright envy. "Apples," the guard said with an audible gulp. "I haven't seen one of those in ages." "Boy," Horace grunted, "be lad and fetch a good garden apple, eh?" The guard's eyes lit up. I did as I was told without a moment's delay. Inside the sack was all manner of supplies, and it took me longer than expected to fetch the fruit. The guard's impatience was burrowing into me. At least that's how it felt. Aha! I found it. A beautiful, ripe, ruby-colored apple with ne'er a single bruise. Ne'er a single bruise on its skin. Proud of my findings, I presented it to the guard with a wide smile. He took it quickly and without a moment's notice bit into it, making a loud crunchy sound. "Oh, by the God! I haven't tasted anything so sweet since I was a lad myself," the guard said in between each bite. His face was plastered with delight. It rhymes. I'm gonna put joy. All 4 of us were smiling when the arrow pierced the guard's neck as he brought the apple to his mouth for another bite. Blood. So much blood. They were on us. You could hear the sounds. You could hear the sounds of sinister laughing, interwoven with screams of agony. They howled like beasts as they overwhelmed the checkpoint. Horace snapped at the reins, trying to get that old mare to escape. The cart bustled around so ferociously, I would have flown off to the side had it not been for my mother's hands grabbing my collar. "Lay down, Lorraine." I was scared. Tears filled my eyes. "It's all right, son. We're going to be..." Before she could finish her sentence, the old mare toppled into a large hole that appeared to be freshly dug, and the cart followed. For a moment, everything went blank. A dark calmness overtook my mind. Am I dreaming? I thought to myself. The calmness was invaded by a loud ringing, and a woman's voice that sounded 1,000 miles away, but it grew louder and closer quickly. "Lorraine, get up, baby. You've got to get up." Her voice blurring in my mind, but it took root. I opened my eyes. Blood covered my hands as I tried to wipe away the red liquid from my eyes. With each attempt, more blood replaces what I removed. I tried to get up, my legs were pinned underneath the now broken carriage. I cried for my mother. I heard her crawling through the debris, ripping away from me. "Come on now. We have to go. Come on, baby." So sad. So sad, guys. Her voice was soaked in fear and panic. The walls of the hole felt as tall as the archway in that moment. But as my mother pushed me up the side, I realized it was only about 8 feet. She tried to get herself up, but was unable. I reached my hand and tried so hard to pull her out, but I was too weak. I reached my hand and tried so hard to pull her out, but I was too weak. The howling was growing closer. My mother's face shifted from fear to understanding to resolution. Virain, you must run. Go, son. They are coming. Get to the city and find the visual, she said sternly with tears in her eyes. I don't want to leave you, Mama. I sobbed as I spoke. You must, my son, holding her hand in mine. I love you, Virain. Tears streamed down her face. Now, go. Reluctantly, I did as I was told and ran into the woods off the sides of the path. It was only moments after when the howling beast descended on the hole. On the hole they built. Curious to find what fit. When the howling beast descended on the hole they built, curious to find what fish they had caught. Looky here, Bezel. Got ourselves a fine lady, the fiend says to the man next to him. Looks like her hubby's a little worse for wear, he cackles. That terrible laugh as he gestured towards Horace's lifeless body. Get her up here. I watched, mortified, as they pulled her out of the hole, grabbing at her, cackling and howling. She attempted to run, but they grabbed her quickly. She threw her head back in resistance, breaking the one called Bezel's nose. Stupid bitch. We're gonna pay for that. Time stood still as he grabbed her by the hair, wrenching back her head, exposing the neck. And he slid. As he slid a long, sharp, bloody blade across her throat. As I sat there, cowardly hiding in the thicket, I heard that terrible laugh and beastly howling grow farther away, eventually leaving only the silence. Until the sound of hooves came beating down the road. Leaving only the silence until the sound of hooves came beating down the road. It was a patrol of vigil, maybe 10 or so, all on horseback. I wandered lifelessly towards the middle of the road and fell to my knees. A man endured in sturdy plate armor pulls back the reins of his steed just in time before crushing me. By God, shamed, what happened here? Covered in blood, dirt, and debris, I fell over face first in the road. I remember hearing the soldiers murmuring amongst themselves, but never did make out what they were saying. There you go. Never as I. Yeah. This is the backstory of my D&D character. Well, this is just a piece of it. There's going to be so much more. We're going to do a bunch of these journals. So we're going to do this all together, right? Nice. Look at that, dude. Look at that, dude. What a fucking... We out here creatively writing, dude. Look at us. Fuck AI, right? Fuck AI, dude. In a time and day where everyone's... That's why I wanted to do this shit live on stream, right? Because I want people to write stuff and not fucking... use AI. I wonder... Hang on, let me leave this. You love AI? Not for writing. Not for writing. It's useless writing. It sucks. I disagree with the writing AI. I do. I think it's so silly that like people use it to write Twitter replies and shit. No, not for that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really care about it. The only thing I don't like is the AI for the right. It's like I just hate when people take it to try to like, you know, like the whole point of like creative things. It told me what the job I was applying for was. LOL, that is funny. That is pretty useful. No, I mean, I think AI is great for looking up information. AI is wonderful for looking for information, but I just don't want AI to fucking do all the creative stuff. Now, I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna post this at. And then I'm gonna sex all the ladies. Sick, dude. Fuck yeah, you are. You're gonna sex all the ladies. What the fuck, dude? Very cool videos of a cat. That's pretty good. Make him speak English. Sick. Those are all cool things. I'm mainly just talking about the writing. You'd be surprised how many people would be trying to write a. What the fuck? Why is it doing this to me? Why is it doing it like this? I don't get it. Nice, guys. What an accomplishment. What an absolute accomplishment. I think that's pretty good. I think we're fucking... Guys, I think I'm about to use potty. We've been going at it for how long now? How long we been here? Damn, we just did that in 3.5 hours, dude. That's kind of sick. That's actually not a bad turnaround. I don't even know how many words that was. I wonder how many words it was. Can we see? Yeah, me too. Hey, good night, Eric. See you on the next one, big dog. Thank you, everybody. Boy. See you on the flip side, dog.